Hi guys, here's another pronunciation lesson for you. I know some of you asked for more pronunciation. It's certainly a challenging area of English, or probably any language. So we're going to look today at voiced and unvoiced consonants. So this is the phonemic chart right here. Now, there are different ways that this is written sometimes. So if you've had lessons with a teacher or maybe in a book, you might have seen this slightly differently. I really like this version. And just to be clear, this is Adrian Underhill's phonemic chart. So I have a video lesson where I explained about the vowels up here, and today I'm going to explain about some of the consonants right down here. So the consonants are all three of these rows, and you can see how many consonant sounds English has. It's a lot, but I'm not going to talk about this bottom row today. So what we're really talking about with these two rows is voiced and unvoiced consonants. So in these two rows, the consonants come in pairs. One consonant in the pair is voiced, the other one is unvoiced. When we pronounce a voiced consonant, our throat moves or vibrates. It's kind of like having a little insect in here. Not a horrible insect, but just something kind of buzzing in your throat. And if you touch your throat when you say one of these sounds, you should be able to feel a bit of movement in here. So an unvoiced consonant then is the opposite, and when we say an unvoiced consonant, our throat doesn't move. So you shouldn't be able to feel any vibration in your throat. And actually, that means that some of these consonants don't have a sound. They just stop the air through the mouth in different ways in different places. So let's look at how you can pronounce these consonants, and I've coloured them to make it easier for you. The unvoiced consonants are blue, the voiced consonants are pink. Now, sometimes people get a little bit confused with some of these because some of them look the same as letters, right? All of these could be actual letters, but they're not. So I'm going to go through these consonants pair by pair. So this first pair here. Now these ones look like the letters P and B, but they are not P and B, they are P and B. So this one here is an example of a consonant that actually it has no sound, it's just P. So you stop the air by closing your lips, P, P, P. This one, the throat moves, B. Now an interesting way to check this is if you get a bit of paper, when you say this sound, P, I don't know if you can see that, P, the paper moves. When you say this sound, B, 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 there's no movement. And I think that's because when we say this, we expel more air than we do here. So the next pair, again, they look like letters. They look like T and D, but they're not T and D. They are T, D. So again, the difference is that here, D, D. I can feel a movement here, D, D. Here, there's no movement. Now this pair clearly are not letters. We don't use these symbols when we are writing. And sometimes people get a bit worried about these because they think, oh, that looks like a very strange sound. This one here is ch, and we find this sound in words like cheese and China. So it's often written as CH, but not always written as CH, okay? And CH is not always ch. This one here, the voiced one, is j. So the mouth, the tongue are the same, but there's movement in the throat. And you find this sound in words like jam and judge. So ch, j. Over here we've got another pair that look like letters. They look like K and G, that they're not. They are K and G. So again, K has hardly got a sound. K, T, P. All they do is stop the air differently. This one, my throat moves. G, G, G. Alright, so down here again we've got two that look like letters, but really they are f, v. I quite like this sound. It reminds me of a mosquito. I don't like mosquitoes, but I do quite like this sound. For some language learners, this is a very difficult sound. But most people can pronounce f. So really this is just the same, but with movement here. And actually you can practice going between the sounds, and you can turn the vibration on and off. Now we come to everybody's least favourite consonant sounds. I don't know anyone who really likes these sounds very much. These are the ones, of course, where you have to stick your tongue out a little bit, and most people don't really want to do that. So again, we've got an unvoiced one and a voiced one, and the unvoiced one is in words like thin or think, and the voiced one is in words like brother and then. Now, most language learners have problems with these sounds. I'm going to talk another time about whether it's important and why it's important or not important, but you might be interested to know that a lot of native speakers also have problems with these two sounds. My sister doesn't really use them. So my sister would say fin and think. So she's using this. And there are accents in the UK where they would use a v here, like brother. So I'm going to leave you with that. Ideally, of course, you will practice this until you can say it, but it's probably not the most important concern. Okay? These two, again, we've got a pair. They look like S and Z, but really they are S and Z. And again, this one, it really does sound like an insect. Z. Quite an angry insect, actually. It's not as nice as that one. Students may have problems here because different languages have got very similar sounds, but they might pronounce them quite differently. So the way English makes these sounds might be different to the way your language makes its comparable sounds. And the final pair over here, again, clearly they're not letters. This one here is very, very similar to the sound we make when we want people to be quiet. Shh. And we find it in words like shoes and she. And its voiced partner over here, it's not a particularly common sound. And if you want a word, an easy word to help you remember is television. So this sound is a zh sound. Shh. And again, just like we can with these two, you can practice moving between shh. So that's really all I want to say about these pairs of consonants and which ones are voiced and unvoiced. Just to remind you again, there's free stuff going on throughout this coronavirus crisis, which kind of wants to go away but doesn't really want to go away. So I've still got my speaking club. This is Tuesday at 12, Thursday at 5, British summertime. There are 3 free lessons every week on Monday and Friday. I've got special low-cost light lessons, speaking classes and exam classes, as well as my normal regular lessons, all of which are bespoke and made especially for you. And if you'd like any information about this, do send me a message on Facebook. If you have any questions about this pronunciation, if there's a pair that you don't understand or a sound that you don't understand, just ask. I'm very, very happy to help. Thank you for watching. Well, where's the recorder? Fuck's sake. Did that? Oh, you're joking me. It didn't record, did it? You bastard. Fucking thing. Ah, it did.